Am I the crazy one? Is it just me? Maybe I'm just too sensitive. Hey there. If you've ever whispered those words to yourself in the office parking lot, stop. You might be gaslighting yourself into staying in an abusive relationship with your job and a toxic boss. Welcome back to the Precision Leadership Lounge. Today, we're playing a game called, Is My Boss Just Incompetent, or Are They Actually Toxic and Dangerous to My Well-Being? I'm going to give you the 3 major signs of a toxic boss, including the insidious one that nobody talks about, and that you probably mistake for bonding. So you can stop breathing through the panic attacks and start making an exit plan. Because there's a line in the sand between a bad boss and a toxic boss, and you need to know which side you're standing on. So there's the mosquito and the viper. A bad boss is annoying. They forget deadlines, they give vague feedback. They're a mosquito at the picnic of your career. It might bite a little, but it itches and you live. A toxic boss is a viper. They don't just annoy you, they dismantle your reality. So what are the top 3 signs you're dealing with a viper? Here we go. Sign number 1, the gossip trap. Did your boss treat you like their corporate therapist or gossip buddy? Congratulations. You haven't been just promoted, you've been triangulated. I need to tell you about Brenda in accounting. She's totally blowing the Q3 budget. I'm only telling you because you're the only one I can trust. Sound familiar? Let's talk about that special feeling when the boss gossips with you. I had a boss who loved to trash talk other team members, or rather send it to me in a chat. Or if they really wanted to ramp up the bond, they would suddenly call me out of the blue. At first I thought, wow, they really must trust me and value our relationship. I mean, I'm in the inner circle. But here's the psychological reality. This is called triangulation. They aren't building intimacy with you. They're isolating you. The bad boss might vent about something general because they're stressed and maybe they lack some boundaries, but they don't dump about a specific person. The toxic boss gossips about people to recruit you as an ally, to make themselves feel better and look better, and to make you feel like you have a relationship. But it's a setup. Because here's the hard truth. If they are doing it with you, they are doing it about you with someone else. This behavior doesn't isolate itself. All right, sign number 2, the email sniper. Does your boss have digital courage? You know the type. It's a lot of what looks like a lesser form of what we might call trolling on social media. You sit in a meeting, face to face, and everything's fine. Smiles, nods. Then at 5:02 p.m., ding! A 3-paragraph email shredding your entire approach or someone else's, or asking, why wasn't this done? About something they never assigned or telling you how off your approach was. The bad boss might agree in the meeting and then, after further thought, decide something different or feel differently about the topic or want to change direction. They might send you an email about it, but they're open to a conversation. The toxic boss uses email or DMs as a weapon and hides behind digital communication to avoid and dominate. You can't get them on a direct call. They avoid a direct conversation. They want to exert control, but lack the courage to look you in the eye while they do it. This is pathological conflict avoidance masquerading as documentation. It's not leadership. It's cowardice with a send button. Sign number 3, the Reality Distortion Field. Now, the Reality Distortion Field was widely written about as it pertained to Steve Jobs and his ability to vision and push people to achieve things they never thought possible. And okay, overall that sounds positive. However, it also did become toxic as when opposition arose, people were shamed and their realities were completely ignored. Vision without nervous system regulation becomes domination and toxic. This behavior wasn't always toxic, like it might be seen in gaslighting, but it was sometimes. Let me give you a real example from my own career with middle management and toxic boss hell. We had a critical project meeting. My assistant sent the calendar invite to all the key leaders. My boss accepted the invite. We all saw the accepted notification. The week before the big event, my boss messages and says, I won't be there. No one sent me the invite. Of course, their participation was being relied on with the rest of the group. In that moment, I felt crazy. We all felt crazy. The first time it happened, that's right, it happened more than once. I went back and checked my sent folder. There it was, accepted. A bad boss forgets they accepted the invite. They say, oh, shoot, I totally spaced. A toxic boss rewrites history. They knew they accepted it, but they needed to make me, and the rest of us, the incompetent ones to cover their own absence and to express their power. And here's the one thing no one talks about with the toxic boss. When they make you doubt your own eyes and your own truth, that is not a leadership style. That is a form of abuse, truly. Okay, so why does this distinction matter about a bad boss and a toxic one? Because your nervous system can't tell the difference between a tiger chasing you and a boss who gaslights you about a calendar invite. When you work for a toxic boss, you're in chronic fight or flight. You aren't just stressed, you are redlining. Your cortisol spikes, your digestion shuts down, your sleep suffers. This is beyond just managing your own imposed anxiety and concern for your work. And here's the truth that no one wants to admit. You cannot mindfulness your way out of abuse or do enough inner work to manage a leader who is toxic. You cannot deep breathe your way through a viper bite. The only cure for a toxic environment is to leave it. Period. Full stop. If you're sitting in your car doing breathing exercises just to walk into the building because you know you're working with a toxic boss, the breathing and your mindset isn't the problem. So stop thinking that it is. If you recognize your boss in the viper category today, your strategy needs to change. And it's a strategy titled Exit. But if your boss is just disorganized and annoying, that's different, and it's also likely workable. If this video resonated with you and you know someone who might need to hear it, give it a share and a like. Join me here each week in the Precision Leadership Lounge for more great tips on how to thrive in the 9 to 5 and beyond. Happy thriving!